everybody. Thank you so much for pressing play on my video today. My name is Charlene from stampwithshar.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the US. Today's Friday, which means I either have a tip, a technique, or a trick to share with you. On Monday, I did a video about these wooden butterfly elements, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about coloring them in. Yes, you heard me right. You can actually color these in and change them so that they don't actually even look like wood. So today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the different ways that you can color these wooden elements. We're going to flip my camera and we're going to get started. Now, if you are interested in any of these products that I used in today's video, I will have them linked in the description below. If you click on that, it will take you directly to my online store. I do post projects every weekday to inspire you, so I hope you'll head on over to my website. And again, I will have a written detailed description over on my website, www.stampwithshar.com. There are different ways that you can color these wooden elements. So I wanted to show you some different ways that you can color these wooden elements. Now, if you look, it's hard to see, but this one here was, let's back it up. This one here was colored with the Stampin' Right markers. Okay, now if you flip it over, this side here was colored with the Stampin' Blends. They do look different. It's hard to see on camera, but I can assure you the coloring looks different. Now, personally, I do not like the Stampin' Right marker. It looks, you know, when you take a piece of paper and you color over it so many times that the paper starts to break. It kind of looks like that too. It's very rough looking. Whereas if you flip it over, the blender, Stampin' Blend, is a little bit more smooth and just it looks a little bit more finished. So all you are going to do is you're going to grab your element. Now you get 84 pieces in here, you guys. That's a lot of wooden elements. So you're just going to take, and they pop out beautifully, so easy to use, and they go great on different projects and cards. So all you're going to do, let's get a bigger one so we can see it a little bit better. So all you're going to do, you're going to take your brush tip. Now be very careful when doing this. You don't want to press down and you don't want to press too hard. You want to come in on the side and you're just going to basically color it in. You just want to go nice and light. You don't have to press real hard. And you're going to color that in, and that is going to change the color. How cool is that? Now, again, we can use the Stampin' Blends. We can use the Stampin' Right markers, or we can also heat emboss these. So all you're going to do is grab a butterfly. You're going to take your butterfly. Now, I would suggest using a pair of tweezers because your heat gun gets extremely hot and it's going to be extremely difficult to try and hold the, actually it's going to be impossible unless you, I don't know, it's going to be impossible. You will not be able to hold this butterfly element using your heat tool because the heat gun gets extremely hot and you will burn your fingers. So I do suggest using a tweezer. All you're going to do is you're going to add it into your, you're going to tap it in your Versamark ink. You also want to make sure your Versamark ink is nice and juicy. And then we are going to sprinkle this with some embossing powder. Now I cannot find my tweezers right now, so I'm going to try and do this with my scissors. You're going to just tap away the excess like so. Always want to make sure you clean this stuff embossing powder up so that we don't get it all over. I'm just going to move mine over to the side. And you are going to turn on your heat gun. Now this is going to make a little bit of a noise. So yeah, it's going to make a bit of a noise. So now you have gone from a wooden butterfly to a gold embossed butterfly. And again, you can use any of the embossing. You can also redo this again so the gold is a little bit more smooth. So that's another way you can heat emboss these little guys, which is awesome. And then the other way we can do this is, again, using our ink pads, and again, just tapping it in there. Now, just so you know, your fingers are going to get a little dirty when doing this, I can assure you, unless you're using some gloves. But being a crafter, I don't mind my hands being dirty. It is a conversational piece when you're out in the store and your hands are all inky. Why are your hands so inky? So, there you have it. Nice little pink butterfly. And again, I'm not worried about the back because nobody's going to see that, especially when you put it on a project. So, you can use your ink pad. You can use the Stampin' Blend. You can use a Stampin' marker, or you can heat emboss. Now, I'm sure there are other ways that you can do this as well. If you do have a different way of coloring these elements, I would love to know in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Be safe, and I hope to see you back here on Monday. Take care.